true first word that would come to mind is champion. I mean, that's, what are you going to say? The numbers don't lie.
Now, what did you do? You were integral in his first 3 championships, right?
You know, I played my part. It's a big team effort, but I mean, really, Matt was at the center of that, and that was, gosh, 10 years ago now. So yeah, I was involved. I was his crew chief in '99 and 2000, and Reggie was there, as he has been all these years, and we just went out and put our heads together, and as a team did the best we could, and really, I mean, the results, it all came together.
So one of the first memories I have of watching you race is at Road Atlanta, coming down the back straight in that super hard braking zone, and the tire blowing up, and the amazing save.
2003.
Mat Mladin with a tremendous save.
At the fastest point on the raceway, the tire decides to explode off the back of the 66 machine, taking the tail section out. Then Matt, he just did a heck of a job. Actually, he just remained calm and rode this bike to a stop.
But then once you got off the bike, you went back, picked it up, and you tried to get it back to the pits, and the tire just wouldn't work.
Mat Mladin cannot believe what has happened. He's trying to dig his way out of there.
This is a championship. But after he gets to the presence of mind that, hey, I'm still lucky to be alive.
A 25-point lead coming into this race, counting the pole position point.
The last shot is of you throwing your hands in the air, kicking the tire, like, is Mat Mladin stubborn? That was a thing, like, I am going to get this bike back to the pits.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember that day vividly. We had a pretty good lead in the championship, and by giving up that race win, you know, the championship probably would have been close again, and, you know, we were only halfway through it, and we were looking good, and I remember the thing coming apart, and it came apart, and at the end of the back straight, I think it was when it came apart, we're doing 168 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And in an instant, I remember thinking, it's apart. Got under control, and I'm thinking, how am I getting this thing back to the pits? Straight away, well, I'm riding it down the hill and up in the ground. How am I getting this thing back to the pits to get another tyre on this thing? And in the end, I had to end up dropping it, so I didn't hit the wall because I couldn't steer it. And then falls over, pick it up, trying to get it through back into the pits. And as it turned out, what stopped me from getting back to the pits was the handlebar bent, and the front brake lever was hitting on the fairing. So I don't know if you remember, I was bashing the front, trying to get the fairing away from the brake lever.
Right.
And I couldn't get away. So that's what was actually stopping me from getting back to the pits.
Mat Mladin has just given up the championship points lead.
Yeah, so in the end, I just dropped it. Yeah.
In what was clearly discussed, like, I needed to get this back to the pits.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 100%. That's all I was thinking about, getting back there, getting the tyre and getting back out there. Everyone makes a big deal about the tyre blowing up. But in racing, yeah, it wasn't the first one that happened to me, not by any stretch of imagination.
Right.
It was probably one of the last ones that ever happened to me, because it was at that point when we first started racing the 1,000, horsepower was up, speeds were up, and the Dunlop guys just weren't quite ready for what they were seeing, especially in this country. But tyre problems and tyre issues, and they don't see anything like it as what they see over here in the States on 1 or 2 riders' bikes.
Yeah.
And Atlanta's very hard on tyres, a lot of load and that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, that's all I was thinking, was getting back there, getting a tyre on this damn thing and getting back out there, and I couldn't get it back there. So yeah, I was pissed off, royally pissed off that day. I think I had a 15-second lead or something. And
yeah, which made it, for the way you were performing at that time in your career, and also with that bike, very doable that you could get in there, get it changed, and still have a very good result.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no doubt about it. Yeah.
This reminds me of another memory I have of watching you at some racetrack where you had a tire problem. You came in, got a tire change, went back out, and still won the race. Maybe I'm making that one up in my head, but I
don't think I got a tyre and won the race, but I remember definitely
You came
a
into
race
the
or
pits
two, and
for
I had a
some
ride-through
reason.
penalty for a jump start or something.
Maybe that was
and
it.
still won the race.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly where it was, but that happened once. Yeah. Got
Would-
lucky. Had the best bike, saw that stuff. I remember, after my championship, my first championship in 1999, I won't mention any names, but he's still involved in the series. He's still involved in the series from the organisation standpoint now, not from the racing, not from the team standpoint or working for a team anymore. But after my first championship, that's he got lucky. It's the only one he's ever going to get. I still remember that to this day. So I got lucky a fair bit in my career. It's the last 10 years. It's pretty good. It's nice to be that lucky.
Yeah, I think you're off to Vegas. You're moving to Vegas permanently
exactly,
now because of that, aren't you?
That's why I moved to Vegas. 10 years ago, got a place there.